In response, 25th, the leader of an anti-protest militia, the Kenosha Guard, former Kenosha alderman Kevin Mathewson, puts out a call on Facebook saying, "Any patriots willing to take up arms and defend Out City from the evil thugs?"
So he's got the dog whistle there. So he pulls this up. This is not remotely related to Kyle Rittenhouse.
No.
This the sourcing for this originally is the New York Times article.
Mm-hmm.
Where the New York Times put this guy and Kyle Rittenhouse in the same article. I have the quote from the New York Times too, which is horrendous. Go ahead.
I also like how any term that is used to describe young hooligans, you're not allowed to say any term, because any term like that instantly becomes a dog whistle for you're talking about black people, even if you're not.
Hooligans?
Well, that's what they say, thug. Thug is a dog whistle, okay? You're not allowed to use the word thug anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that.
For people that are burning down buildings and being generally fucking terrible. And it doesn't even matter because Kyle didn't shoot any. Everyone that Kyle shot was white.
I know. I don't use the term thug. I'm acceptable of this. Like people are sensitive around the term thug. You know, this guy who started the Kenosha Guard page, he uses the word thug, right? How is this related to Kyle Rittenhouse? God damn it.
Because
there's no relationship to Kyle Rittenhouse whatsoever. This is not Kyle Rittenhouse. This guy did not hang out with Kyle Rittenhouse. This guy was not calling Kyle Rittenhouse over to his house for lunch, okay? This is some other guy on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrendous. This is like saying that Thought Slime hangs out with Richard Spencer because they're both on YouTube. Okay?
That's true. That's true.
It's the same exact thing. Hey, Thought Slime, why are you hanging out with Richard Spencer so much? I don't like that.
Yep.
Out, they are currently planning on the next part of the city to burn tonight. Mathewson is currently being sued by the partner of Anthony Huber, one of the men killed by Rittenhouse. Kenosha News reports.
Yeah, I looked up that lawsuit too.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess one of the attorneys had backed out. There was an article about it because I was trying to say, did this lawsuit go anywhere or is this a dead lawsuit? And the attorney backed out because the guy wouldn't pay her. He's like, I'm a big wealthy attorney now that I have this big case. You know, just hang with me for a while. We'll work out a retainer deal further down the road. And she basically said, fuck you. Pay me for my work or I'm out.
This is the attorney. The family is suing this guy, supposedly, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so the attorney for the family said he wants to be paid, and the family said no?
No. He had hired a second attorney on the case. And the second attorney wasn't getting paid. So the second attorney backed out of the case. Okay. Yes.
Gotcha.
So he still got the case going, but I couldn't find out if it was still going, it had been dropped, where it's at. I mean, their whole argument on the left is that, someone filed a lawsuit, so therefore they're guilty. I mean, it's completely opposite in the election lawsuit situations. It's like, oh, they filed a lawsuit and they threw it out, so they're totally innocent.
That's right. Where's the evidence? Right?
Yes, totally.
Where's all the evidence?
Yes. It's not a criminal lawsuit either. It is a civil lawsuit, which you can sue. It's America. I don't know how they do it in Canada, but in America, you can sue anybody for anything you want. Like freedom, America. So obviously, some ambulance chaser took this case because he's like, we're going to get rich. Wrongful death lawsuit. We're going to get some money out of there. And somebody's got an insurance company here. Let's make some money. Yeah, none of this proves anything. It's just something he can point to and say, oh, look.
He's got to reach for whatever he can.
Legal justification.
Right.
Yeah.
The Reconstruction-era federal law inspired by the rise of the Ku Klux Klan that bars people from conspiring for the purpose of depriving people of equal protection under the law. Most recently, the federal law was used in a lawsuit against organizers of the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017.
This is so...
The client in the Unite the Right...
Yeah, no, he didn't even read it all. He's like, search what Ku Klux Klan, Charlottesville, like what can we find here?
Yeah, like this is such a
buzzword.
Like this is such a naked, gross attempt to smear Kyle. It's like, well, okay. So first of all, I'm going to say, well, because this other guy who works for the Blaze is getting sponsorship, Kyle's getting sponsorship. And then I'm going to say, look at this guy who was part of some militia that Kyle's not a part of. He said thug. If he's racist, then Kyle must be racist. And look, he's getting sued because of some law that has to do with the KKK and unites the right. KKK, unite the right. That sounds bad, especially when I put it right next to Kyle. Therefore, Kyle sounds bad too. Like, this is so obvious.
It works though, because he has a huge audience of dum-dums who are like, oh, all the bad words are in there. Like, they don't really understand the argument. Let's be clear here. They're like, arguments? Reason? Evidence? He's saying all the evil words. He has to be right.
Gross.
It is totally gross. It's deceitful.
This
is the ultimate
slimy.
grift right here.
Would you say it's a little slimy?
This is the ultimate grift. How is this not a grift? Like, you're literally lying for money. We're not here
says,
lying.
Thought Slime always looks like he's about to sneeze. Well, he's got to hold in all the dishonesty. It's about to like break out at any moment.
Yeah.
2017. The client in the Unite the Right rally. That's some esteemed company, Kevin.
Oh, see, look, he just makes it so blatantly obvious. You're getting sued the same way the KKK and Unite the Right got sued? Oh my God.
Is it the attorney? Is it the attorney for the Huber family? What is this lawsuit? I'm a little lost here. Get me up to speed, Sitch.
This is the lawsuit we were just talking about. The same one.
Right. Okay, so it is the Huber family. Same
but
one,
he's just saying,
same
like,
attorney. That attorney is a civil rights attorney. I read a bunch of stuff about him.
Right. But he's like, oh, if you're getting sued under the same law that another person gets sued at, well, that means you're just as evil as that other person because it's the same law. Mm.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
The Kenosha lawsuit alleges Mathewson and militia members conspired.
What was that black guy? What law was he sued under? The guy who was in the gang and killed all the people, burning people alive. What law was he sued under? I'm just curious. Or convicted.
Yeah. How much you want to bet that pro-choice protesters have been sued under the same laws that the Westboro Church, you know, the people that say that God hates gay people.
I'm certain
they're sued under the same laws all the time. Does that mean that they have some connection to them?
Yeah, because they're all picketing in front of in front of abortion clinics. Yeah. Pete has probably been sued under that law because they protest in public too.
This is like insane.
People of their constitutional rights with the help of Facebook through the Kenosha Guard's call for militia members to come to the city during protest.
Okay. Think of how insane this is. The lawsuit is claiming that by militia members existing in front of property, that they are depriving people of their constitutional rights because they're standing in front of property. You don't have a constitutional right to burn a fucking building down. You don't have a constitutional right to riot. Okay. What the kind of insanity is this? You have a constitutional right to protest peacefully. And I also, this is like such a bullshit. This such a bullshit lawsuit? How is this going to pass when there's a curfew?
Curfew. I know. I was kept waiting for you to say it.
That's because that's what I'm wondering.
Curfew. How does the curfew fit into this? Peaceful protest. Right to assemble, all that stuff.
So that means that even if the people were only peacefully protesting, they still would be violating the curfew and violating the law.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining, I don't know this for a fact, but I assume that curfew laws have come up against constitutional challenges in protesting and found to be constitutional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tests.
No mention of the curfew.
Include screenshots of comments on the Kenosha militia page like, I fully plan to kill looters and rioters tonight.
And this is what's great. He's just going with some random trolls on Facebook. some random trolls on Facebook. These are probably Russian bots, for heaven's sakes. And he's like, let's just connect these to Kyle Rittenhouse now. These random trolls that are saying the most incendiary thing they can possibly think of.
Did you know that someone said they wanted to kill looters and rioters? Did Kyle Rittenhouse say that?
No,
but someone else did. Bum, bum, bum.
Who was it? We don't know.
The funniest part, too, even funnier than that, is even if Kyle had said this, okay, it doesn't matter. Because we all saw the video where he's running the fuck away from someone. He's trying to de-escalate the situation. This is all so irrelevant.
If they did get Kyle Rittenhouse saying this, though, that would be like front page news on the New York Times.
Even though it would be completely irrelevant to what we saw happen.
Would it be completely irrelevant if look, he says right here, now it's time to switch to real bullets. Use hollow points.
It would be. It would be
because you'd say, contact.
Because you would look at the video and you'd say, it doesn't matter. He ran away.
Right. You'd say he was just talking shit.
Yeah.
On
when
Facebook.
the situation, when the time came, we saw what his action was. His action was he could have stood his ground. When that guy started chasing him, he could have just stood there and shot him the second he got anywhere near him. But he didn't. He didn't do that. He ran away. For a long period of time, he ran away, too. It wasn't just like he ran like 10 feet and then turned around and shot him. He ran for a significant amount of time.
Yeah, way down the street.
Yeah. Yeah, and he like tries to zigzag through a parking lot to get away from this guy. Like, he makes a real concerted effort to get the fuck away from this guy and only shoots him when he gets right in his face and tries to grab his gun after he hears someone shooting gunshots behind him, too.
Well, I, for one, am glad that he didn't post this nonsense on Facebook. So
right.
Even if you're condoning it, I'm disavowing.
But it's all irrelevant. And that's only hypothetical. It's all irrelevant because Kyle fucking didn't say any of this shit.
And now it's time to switch to real bullets and use hollow points. They expand on contact. Another commenter on the page states, armed and ready, shoot to kill tonight.
None of these people were there. All these people are just starting shit on Facebook. None of these people went to the protest.
I bet we could like go through Thought Slime's comments and find some people advocating for death threats and killing the 1% and all sorts of bad things. I mean, does that mean that Thought Slime is advocating for these things? Does that mean that he's just as guilty as his commenters? Adam?
Of course it does.
Of course.
He's got to police his community better.
Right.
He's advocating for ghoulish things.
Mr. Tickle Trunk, what a name. For 5 Canadian says, racists breathe air the same way you breathe air. Coincidence? Dun, dun, dun. Keep on keeping on, guys. You two are a treat every week. Oh, thank you, Mr. Tickle.
Thank you.
I'll let you tickle Adam. I'm not a tickle guy. You can tickle Adam all you want. Okay.
I'm ready.
He's ready. You hear that?
Stated, leave a pile of them and burn the bodies. That'll make them open their eyes.
Oh my God, this is evil. This is such evil. I hate this when CNN does it. I hate it when the New York Times does it. I hate it when MSNBC does it. All these people do it on the regular. Does Fox News do this? I don't watch enough Fox News to know if Fox News does this. Like the lone crazy person comment that they try to make seem like.
Yeah, everyone does this. Everyone does this. Except
leave a pile of them and burn the bodies.
I know.
That'll make them open their eyes. Oh my God. Make it stop.
And I'll just leave it to you to work out who them is in that sentence.
Oh my God.
Not only is the word thug a dog whistle, but the word them is a dog whistle. Okay.
Yeah.
Aren't they talking about
who are they talking? Who is the them? I need to work it out.
They're ants. Haven't you seen the movie Them?
Oh yeah, you're right.
They're giant ants. But
social media.
Where are we in reality when you can't even use them? Like, or he, or people. Like, you need what word are we supposed to use to describe a group of people that is not offensive? We can't say them.
Them, a legitimate pronoun.
Yeah, they're talking about the protesters and rioters. It's very clearly who they're talking about, but no.
Posts from the Kenosha Guard are well publicized and get national attention when they appear on InfoWars. Mathewson has said in interviews after the shootings that he stands by his decision to put out a call for militia members. He has said he did not know Rittenhouse and that he had not interacted with him that night.
Yeah, I know. I'm amazed he put that in there. I'm amazed he put that in there. And there's no notification like, guys, turn your ears off for this next part that I'm going to put in here because this completely ruins my entire argument.
Why did he waste the last minute of the entire video conflating Kyle Rittenhouse with this guy? And this guy's like, yeah, I don't know who Kyle Rittenhouse is. And I never talked to him. Okay, yeah. Thanks. Thanks, buddy.
Look, he goes on. Facebook claimed there was no direct links between his account. Keep in mind, Facebook deleted Kyle Rittenhouse's account after the videos blew up. So I'm sure they dug in and said, listen, what is he looking at? Like, oh, this kid's clean. Because the government, it's so cynical. Like, our government can't spy on us legally. Mm-hmm. So they allow these corporations to spy on us and then buy the information from the corporations. Oh, that's fine. That's okay. As long as they're not doing it. I mean, they end up getting the information. I mean, they subpoena the information. I guess they don't necessarily buy it, but
yeah.